This is live.
Mm-hmm.
Is this supposed to be the preview screen?
Maybe.
Hey! Oh no. Refresh chat. We don't get a preview screen.
I don't know how that's working.
In stream.
That's good.
Hey, can you see me?
Yeah.
Because we can't see anything. Hello? I see.
I'll
Hey!
tell you what, I'll go on my computer.
Okay. You can't see either. Okay. I'm just testing. Hey, everybody. I'm just trying to test to see how to see if I can live stream. I can't live stream from my tablet or my phone anymore. So I'm trying to get the laptop set up, but it's a little more complicated than what you two doing in the dark. Minding grown folks' business. It's a little more complicated than just using the internal YouTube app to stream live. So, um, Tina Seals has subscribed 2 months ago. This is old stuff. 9 months ago. Yeah. Um, so nothing's going on. Shoot, I really wish I could do notes on the news and just have it like a podcast. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela, and you are listening to Notes on the News, where we talk about what's going on in the headlines. We read the headlines, and we may or may not talk about them, depending on whether we feel like it or not, and depending on what's going on with us. So, what's new and good with you? What's going on in your family? What's exciting in your family? What's exciting and good and new in your community? What's exciting and new and good in your world? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me get some chapstick or something. It's not chapstick. This you can't see it, but I went in Columbus. I went to the King Arts Complex, which is like the Martin Luther King Arts Complex. On my way to the gym, hey, um, for an exhibit. They had Ohio Black Masters, I think it was. And they gave me some lip balm. Well, they didn't just give it to me. They had a whole little bowl full of lip balm. I'm just so excited. I guess because I'm black.
Yeah, you black all right, because that's all you can see is a black screen.
Can you see my white teeth? Oh, here's the preview screen.
There has to be a way to tell it to recognize the webcam that's on there. I just don't know how to do it yet.
Okay.
What's the name of that program? I'll go and look it up on my computer.
It's called Streamlabs OBS. So in the interim, since we are live and I'm here and I actually just finished going through my newsfeed, we're going to go ahead and jump in. I just put some lip balm on my lips that I got from the King Arts Complex. If the Ohio Black Masters exhibit is still there and you're in the Columbus area, please check it out. There was one artist, I can't remember her name, but she is my new favorite artist. What's her name? Let me see if I can pull up an image, because I just really, really fell in love with her. But we're gonna. Hey, Ayapo. IC says hello. I'm escaping the plantation in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm not on the plantation today. So let us jump right into the news feed. I'm gonna have to listen to some of my old streams because it's the way I used to start things, and I just can't remember anymore. It's just so. It's been so long. I'm missing you, baby. Been so long. Y'all don't know nothing about that. That's Anita Baker, Detroit, old school. Y'all don't know nothing about that. But let's just jump right into the feed, into the news feed. I don't even know if this is gonna be able to be saved. What up though? Detroit. Detroit. Oh, you talking to Ayapo? He don't know nothing about no what up though. He ain't from Detroit. Okay. So we're gonna jump right into what's going on the news feed. First article is coming off of the Grio. Google offers job to artists behind viral Juneteenth homepage sketch. So I'm guessing, I haven't read the article, but I'm guessing that this person did what, I don't know if y'all heard of Google Doodles. I've heard of them, so I'm sure everybody's heard of them. But the way that the article went when I kind of glanced at it quickly was that the way that it went is that they didn't do a Google Doodle for Juneteenth. I don't know if they've ever done one for Juneteenth, the company Google. And so an artist did one, and I guess the Google Doodle went viral, or I don't know if it's a Google Doodle, but he did a Juneteenth homepage sketch, which I'm guessing that's the Google Doodle, and it went viral, and so now Google is offering him a job. Um, what's up?
I think I figured it out. You keep talking. I can probably do it while you're talking.
Oh no! Don't do it while I'm talking. You can do it while I'm talking. I don't care. No, you can do it while I'm talking. Okay. So, yeah. So he got offered a job. That's coming off of the grill. I kind of have mixed feelings about that. Gay pride has overwhelmed and told over Juneteenth, took over Juneteenth. Yeah. I mean, shoot, Juneteenth. I heard somebody say, and well, we talked about this on the last stream. I was confused because they were like, "Oh, Juneteenth is it's a celebration of the end of the enslavement of Black folks," or they said the end of slavery. But I'm like, Juneteenth is not a celebration of the end of slavery for Black folks. The way I always understood Juneteenth, yeah, I understood you. I see. Was that a few years after the enslavement of Black folks was theoretically officially over with the Emancipation Proclamation, not including convict leasing and sharecropping and all of the other ways that they've kept us enslaved and all of that other stuff. But
I'm just gonna plug you in.
Oh, is that gonna make the camera come on?
No, it'll make the computer not shut down.
Okay.
On the battery right now.
Yeah, I'm just running on the battery right now. Dang, I got distracted. Also, that, I guess in Texas, a lot of people hadn't told enslaved folks that they were free. And so they made some announcement on the steps. And then 2 years later, after some of the enslaved folks in other places got free, the enslaved folks in Texas were officially notified that they were free. But, we were talking about it before. So many of us, I feel like it's a lot of people who probably still haven't told enslaved folks that we free right now, today. But that's a whole nother subject. So anyway, Google offers job to artists behind viral Juneteenth homepage sketch. I mean, that's a whole conversation to me, because I don't have anything against anybody getting money, getting a job, getting paid. If his thing hadn't gone viral, or her thing, I don't know if the artist was a man or a woman, but if the artist's piece hadn't gone viral, Google wouldn't have offered them a job. Google didn't go out and look for any Black folks or any folks to do a Google homepage sketch for Juneteenth, before it went viral. So that person had already shown and proved that they were marketable and viable before Google invested in them or offered them a job. But it's all kinds of other folks out here who have jobs who haven't proved that they're viable. I mean, it's like we have to do twice as much to get half as much, 3 times as much to get a third. Y'all know how it goes. So that's kind of how the situation I feel like with that person. And then I don't know. That's a whole thing. Okay, Lena Waithe calls out Will Smith and Denzel Washington for not funding more films with Black talent. All right, thank you. For not funding more films with Black talent. So, and I kind of hit the link. I had heard about this. It seems like it was a few days ago, but I kind of hit the link, and I saw that she was calling out some white person, famous person, actor, somebody. I read the name, and it seemed vaguely familiar, but I don't know who it was, because I guess that's the person who executive produces or has something to do with the Chi. That's her, Lena Waithe's television show that's on cable. I've seen one. I saw one episode of it, but it was pretty, one or two. It was pretty good enough. But I guess not good enough, or I had so much going on, I just hadn't been able to follow up with it. But some white person invested in the show, and so she's calling out black folks for not investing in the show, and or in more black performers. And I kind of have mixed feelings about that. Again, I feel like we're always, often, frequently, as black folks, in a situation where it's just hard. It just feels like things are harder for us because white people, it's sort of like if you're the black president, everybody's looking at you, everybody's criticizing you. Anything that you do is kind of like, oh, you're just doing that for black people. It's like Denzel Washington. It's like him probably trying to get things produced. It's harder for him to get things produced than for him to get things done. Probably. Ooh, it's hot over here. This laptop is sitting on this couch. It's hot. It's probably harder for him to get things produced and get backing and get support than it is for a white person. Um, Pardon me? What was that noise? That's why I like to be in the studio where I don't have a lot of distractions. So yeah, that's coming off of moguldom.com, moguldom.com. China's investment in Africa, everything you need to know. This is coming off of the BBC. So it's, I periodically, you know, come across articles, seeing people talking about it. I know when my people were in South Africa last year, or the year before last, they went to the country of Lesotho, I think is the name of the country, that is totally encapsulated by the country of South Africa. It's very mountainous, or parts of it are very mountainous. The blanket people, or colloquially called blanket people, live in Lesotho, I believe. And there was like, it was very difficult for them to get up the mountain and to get to where the people were. Like the drive was like dangerous, scary, whatever. I can't even remember the details. But what I do recall them saying is that there were either Japanese or Chinese who were building a railroad or a helicopter system or something, there, on the continent of Africa, in one of the countries. It's like it's a constant conversation here recently. It seems like within the last 5 years, every time you turn around, you're hearing something about black, Asian folks. I don't hear just Chinese, but Chinese, Japanese. I just feel like Asian folks investing, and I'm air quoting, investing in Africa. I feel like exploiting. It's the new colonialism. We probably talked about this the other day. But anyway, the BBC is doing a story about it. So I didn't click the link. I don't know what they're saying is everything I need to know. I wouldn't trust the BBC to tell me anything I need to know, let alone everything I need to know. But anyway, I guess they could tell me something. Um, the Pentagon has a laser that identifies people by their heartbeat. And this is coming off of Engadget.com, Engadget.com. And so so I guess that just like they have devices or technology or whatever that can identify people by the way that you look, like, visually, the camera can look at you or can take your image and then connect that with your identification and connect with who you are. I guess they have some technology where they can do that with your heartbeat. I didn't even realize that heartbeats were unique like that. I mean, I know that fingerprints are unique. I guess faces are relatively unique, but I guess I had no idea that heartbeats were unique. So that seems kind of deep to me. It seems like they could use that technology to like read heartbeats in a room full of people and strategically kill, extinguish some people's heartbeat. That's kind of deep. The BBC can only update me on Mr. Bean or Monty Python shows. Nothing serious like news. Yeah. Now I don't, somehow this news RSS feed I have, the BBC is one of the cornerstone, the foundational sources. And then so I get they're in my news feed, and then anything that I've added is also in my news feed. Like, I don't know how I came to add Engadget, but I did add Engadget and Moguldom and Griot, Atlanta Black Star, whatever that I have on it. Moguldom has an article called 10 African Podcasts Worth Listening to. Do you listen to podcasts? I listen to podcasts. The work that I'm doing now, I'm able to listen to podcasts while I'm working. But sometimes I guess I notice that it's like I need something visual. So gone to I've ended up watching a lot of half watching but listening to a lot of stuff on Facebook Watch. But I haven't really found any podcasts that I just have really fallen in love with. I've been pulling them off of Google because I can access Google at work. So the Google podcast, I've been pulling podcasts off of there. I'm hitting this link to see if we can. Hey, Bonafide 1970. Thank you for the flowers. Greetings, peace. I'm sorry that there's no image. We working this out. So, 10 African podcasts worth listening to. Trevor Noah launched his own. Ayomide Teo, co-founder of Nigeria's Loose Talk podcast. I need to look that up. Explain the need for a new form of expression from an African perspective. We always need stuff from our perspective. I do. GHOGH with Jamarlin Martin. I don't know what that is. What podcasts are you listening to? Any exciting ones? I thought it was going to be a list which I could just kind of hit and look at. But it's Loose Talk. Oh, Talking Heads is produced in Cape Town by architect and award-winning author Yewande Omatoso. The Talking Heads podcast aims to give a fresh approach to identify, showcase, and create opportunities for African thought leaders. That sounds good. The show profiles some of the extraordinary Africans making meaningful and affirmative contributions to their communities, cities, countries, the continent, and the world. Oh, the chicken and jollof rice show. I don't eat chicken. I made myself jollof rice once, but I made it myself. I've never tasted anybody's real jollof rice, so I'm sure it wasn't any good. It was good enough to me. But I just like the name chicken and jollof rice. I like food. It sounds good. It's a podcast featuring 4 first-generation African Americans and their perspectives on current events, pop culture, and their bicultural understanding of the world, according to Podbean. It's a mix of humor and serious discussion, while the host and guests taking on a variety of subject matter with their unique perspectives. And then this podcast is called On Second Thought with Trevor Noah. This one is called Not Your African Cliche. And this podcast highlights the complex stories of Africans on the continent and in the diaspora. It's hosted by 4 young Nigerian women. Oh, I think I have that podcast on my list. And it's drawn from their experiences in Africa and while traveling abroad. Tales of an African Princess in America is the name of another podcast. She's known simply as Dr. Ozzy or Ozzy. The host of the show is a Nigerian woman documenting her journey as she moves from Africa to the U.S., focuses on the story of African immigrants abroad. Afropop Worldwide is another podcast hosted by Cameroonian broadcaster Georges Collinet, internationally syndicated weekly radio series and podcast that provides an online guide to African and world music. Ooh, what's up? My Africa podcast. It's not released a new episode in the year, but it still provides listeners with a wealth of previous episodes to enjoy. It's basically a selection of interviews with some of the continent's most interesting musicians, politicians, entrepreneurs, and others. Good News Guy is the name of another podcast. South African Brent Lindquay launched a blog called Good Things Guy, documenting good news and great stories in South Africa. The blog grew in popularity, so he created a podcast. Every Tuesday morning, he delivers good news to listeners. So those are some podcasts. So y'all don't listen to podcasts. Y'all don't have any recommendations of your favorite podcasts, of good podcasts, of things I should be listening to. I was listening to one in Moderator. Nikki, are you a moderator on this channel? Oh, Bonafide is a moderator. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. These podcasts sound amazing. Yeah, check them out. Let us know what you think, what you recommend. Um, okay, so that's that. That's coming off of, again, moguldom.com, and the piece is called 10 African Podcasts Worth Listening to. The next article or headline is Mother, Daughter, and Boyfriend Held in Madrid Organ Cell Murder Plot. So apparently, I guess it seems like when I hit the link that they were trying to, the mother was trying to have her son and her daughter and son-in-law, or uh, daughter's boyfriend, kill her husband or her man or something for his organs. Oh, okay, that's coming off the BBC. The Art of the Climb. Meek Mills is now a co-owner of Lid Sports Apparel. I guess Lid Sports Apparel has something to do with hats, like baseball caps, hats, that type of thing. So that's coming off of Atlanta Black Star. Google Maps can predict how crowded your train or bus will be. Now that is really interesting. How can Google Maps predict that? Because they're tracking who's using whatever and where they say they're going and what they're looking at. That's coming. Oh, I said Engadget.com. That story kind of freaked me out a little bit. Slaying of popular young Mississippi teacher shocks community, leaves boy. This is coming off of the Grio. This article made me kind of feel like yeah, I don't know who the teacher is. The man's name who was murdered is called Frederick McCrae Jr. He was a teacher in Natchez, Mississippi. He was giving two suspects a ride to a location in northeast Louisiana. So I don't know what happened. The two suspects, Jimmy O'Neill Lewis and Cedric Tennessee, have since been arrested and charged with first-degree murder and reportedly confessing to the crime. Um, Dang. They shot him and tried to dispose of the body under garbage at a dog food plant. He was a respected teacher at Technology Foundation School and also assistant test coordinator. He previously was voted Teacher of the Year when he first worked at Morgantown Middle School in Mississippi. So anyway, rest in peace to him. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, that story kind of had me feeling a certain way. What did I want? Oh, I pulled up this picture. I was pulling up my thing because I wanted to find the name of that artist, my new favorite artist, who I saw at that exhibit. Sudan born Natchez, Mississippi is where the Devil's Punch Bowl occurred. And the Devil's Punch Bowl is where a lot of formerly enslaved, and I'm using air quotes, who were newly freed, and I'm using air quotes, Africans were kind of held captive and weren't allowed to like be free. They say the peaches. I'm not really too familiar with it, but they say that there are a whole bunch of peaches there, but that nobody really eats them because they represent kind of like the souls of all these people who just weren't able to go free once we were finally free. That's what I can like just loosely casually recall about the Devil's Punch Bowl. When I was down south, I remember I don't know, I can't put a visual in my head of Natchez. I lived in Mississippi. I heard of Natchez, but I don't know if I've ever been through there. So it's not, and for some reason, when you say the Devil's Punch Bowl, I'm thinking that it's north and closer to Tennessee. Um, Sudan-born NBA player Luol Deng, I don't know how you pronounce his name, Luoldeng, has a $125 million real estate portfolio he's been investing since 2004. That's coming off of moguldom.com. Natchez, Nikki, I'm listening and driving. Drive safe, drive safe. Yeah, there's nothing to look at apparently. I'm looking at my preview screen. It's just all black and everything. European heat wave. Spain battles major Catalonia wildfire. So they're having a heat wave in Europe. I don't know if we talked about it the other day, but I had seen it on my news feed a couple of days ago. And yeah, whatever. KKK symbols, racial slurs found scrawled in Oklahoma high school courtesy of three white teens. How many black people are in Oklahoma? that they got to have the KKK and all of this going on. But I guess, a lot of times it seems like it's not like the number of black folks in the area or brown folks in the area or whatever that makes people more white supremacists or whatever term. I don't have a better term to use, even though I hate that term. But I don't know. But anyway, that's coming off of Atlanta Black Star. Supreme Court blocks census citizenship question for now. That's coming off of BBC.co. Apple starts selling diabetes monitors in its stores. That's coming off of Engadget.com. Moving back to the global stage, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry announced royal family trip to Africa. And I had kind of all kinds of mixed feelings about that because I promise you I don't give a gone about no white fragilus. I like the term white fragilus. Like they're fragile? Oh, I have to look up fragilus. The good thing about that word, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it seems frigid, it seems cold, and that seems accurate. It gives you a feeling of like coldness. Um, okay. So I don't care nothing about the British royalty. Meghan Markle, I guess she is can trace her African ancestry, but I don't know if I consider her to. I don't. I think she considers herself biracial. I don't know if I even consider her biracial. But anyway, I mean, I don't know, and I don't even know what biracial means. I'm like, oh, the Europeans, the British people are going to Africa to exploit some more. I don't care if they have the biracial black woman with them or if she's leading the charge to go over there. Are they going over there for anything progressive? I don't think so. So yeah, but anyway, that's coming off of the griot. But I know that as white as that child looks to me, Meghan Markle, oh, them people be so mad at her for claiming her black ancestry or knowing it or being connected to it. Now, if you didn't know she was black, it probably wouldn't be a thing. If you didn't, or I called her black. If you didn't know she had black ancestry, everybody would probably just say she was white. But since they know she has black ancestry, it seemed like it just makes them mad. And I'm like, she probably got what, a drop? San Francisco's grand plan to ban, hey, online e-cigarette sales. I was just saying, hey, oh, fragilist. Sorry, I mean to reference their fragile egos. Yeah, that's kind of how I took it. Yeah, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm a chew on that. I'm a marinate on that. I kind of like white pieces of boo boo. um, so San Francisco is banning e-cigarettes. I'm not really too familiar with e-cigarettes. Ayapo says that he has seen people smoking them. That it creates way more smoke than normal smoke, cigarette smoke. If cigarette smoke is normal, I don't know. Y'all smoke? Y'all know anything about e-cigarettes? Y'all upset about this San Francisco's grand plan to ban online e-cigarettes? uh, Community outrage after 4-year-old boy accidentally shoots his 3-year-old brother. That's coming off the Griot.com. Wow, rest in peace to the 3-year-old baby who got shot, and just live in peace to the 4-year-old baby who shot him. I mean, that's some deep stuff right there. That's some stuff that that'll mess you up. I didn't invent that though. Some other YouTuber refers to them as white fragilists. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that term. Um, if you had invented it, I just adopted. Sight unseen. I'm just joking. Since you can't see me, I can't see you. We're on an even playing ground, except for I'm not typing. Let me see if I can type something in. Because now I have a fancy laptop and everything. Hey. Hey! Now we're on an even playing ground. Oh, I guess I can't hear your voice, so it's not exactly an even playing ground. And then I don't know if I said it, but prayers out to the soul of the teacher, the man Natchez, Mississippi, or in that area, who made his transition through murderation. And shame on the people and the souls of the people who did it. And prayers out to the 4-year-old baby too, because you know that's gonna be some mess for you to live with and figure out how to make peace with, and that's a challenge right there. So let me put this on. Okay, so when I say mogulum, that so yeah. Oh no, I just came out of my thing accidentally. Okay, while I'm looking for that, let me see if I can find these pictures from when I went to woo, um I'm glad that you can do live streams now. I know I'm so anti-tech and untechy. It just occurred to me, like, well, it didn't occur to me. Ayafo was like, well, you can do them, just not on your tablet. Okay, so this artist right here, can I see her name? My new favorite artist, I think, is Beverly Whiteside. I took a picture of some of her work, and I can see some of the I can see the little tag sort of kind of where it's for sale. But Beverly Whiteside, again, if you're in Columbus at the King Complex, they had an exhibit called, I think it was called Ohio Black Masters. And I really, really love the work of Beverly Whiteside, if that's the woman's name. The vibrancy of the color, the abstractness of the figures, it was like collage work, it was nice. It was multimedia, and just the colors and the shapes, and just I liked it. Okay, so we're back in let's see. Denver man. Oh, Denver man falls ill on flight from, where was he coming from? And he dies days later. He was coming from the Dominican Republic. Did you guess that? Had you heard about this story? And I wonder how many people, this was a black guy. I was wondering if it was a black guy. But I wonder how many people have died after they got back from the Dominican Republic. We're what, at 10 or 12 now, over I don't know how much month period. I don't know if that's like a large percentage or not. Again, it seems like a large percentage because that country does, excuse me, deals in a lot of tourism. So when you have, if you hear anything negative about a tourist place, it makes you like not want to go there. So when you start hearing of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people dying at a tourist place, you like, shoot, especially to me, the Dominican Republic, I've been there, but I'm like, I don't have any particular ties there. I told y'all I'm anti the Dominican Republic since this last wave of anti-Haitian, treatment, attack, abuse, in Dominican Republic, probably about last year. It's been within the last couple of years. I was like, oh, you don't have to worry about me taking my black nappy headed behind to Dominican Republic anymore. So I've been boycotting them anyway, and I know it's really been hurting them and everything. But anyway, but especially someplace like the Dominican Republic, to me, it's like one beach is as good as another beach unless you have some specific reason to go to that beach or that place. And I don't have any attachment to DR, real or imagined. So it's just as easy for me to not go. Now, I don't drink. It seems like I'm getting the impression that a lot of these folks who are falling out and dying, is connected to drinking, but I'm not really sure. I mean, I drink water. I need to drink some water now. Oh, and I can. Okay. Spotify's. So that article was coming off of AtlantaBlackStar.com. Atlanta Black Star. The DR really doesn't want tourists anymore, does it? Just within the past month, I've known 3 people who canceled their trips over there. Shoot, I bet you they do want those tourists. I know they wish that this stuff would stop happening or stop getting publicity. They want that tourist. They want that money. So yeah, this guy was black. It's coming off of Atlanta Black Star. So, again, rest in peace to all of the people who are making their transitions. Have you ever heard of the Parsley Massacre? I have never heard of the Parsley Massacre. Um, Yeah, all of these, rest in peace to all of the people who have made their transition. Does it it seems like a large percentage of the people who are dying are that we're seeing images of are black and brown. And it makes me feel a certain way, like, why? Are we more likely to go in vacation at the DR? Shoot, you said, Bona, that you know 3 people who have canceled trips to the DR. I don't even know people who had trips to the DR. So maybe it's just like black folks are way more likely to go to the DR. The 3 people you know who canceled their trip, were they black or brown? Were they white? I mean, what's up with that? Why are so many of these folks looking black and brown? And again, this last guy looks black to me. Um, Spotify's album pre-saves share personal data you might not be aware of. So Spotify, I think, is a streaming app. I don't know. I don't use it, so I don't know what an album pre-save is. But apparently, just like when you download other apps or do other things on the internet, they're like, we'd like to access all of your personal and private information. Do you give us permission? Then you give them permission, then they track in everything you do. And I suspect, my theory is that even if you don't give them permission, they're tracking everything you do. I'm like, as soon as you go onto their site, they start tracking you. Because you've done it before. You've gone someplace, like hit a link, gone to someplace. Oh, maybe I'll buy this book, or maybe I'll buy these tarot cards, or maybe I'll do this. And then all of a sudden you start getting ads related to that. And you haven't bought anything or given them permission to track you. The cookies, it's the cookies. But these are not the good cookies. Are any cookies good cookies? Maybe that's a good name for the cookies. Sometimes women say, I'm not going to give up the cookies. Those are good cookies. But I'm just saying, those cookies, they get you. So anyway, you downloading your album or pre-saving your album, and they tracking all your personal data. Data. Axon, Axon, won't use facial recognition tech on its police body cams. And as soon as I saw that headline, I'm like, not yet, or so they say. But I don't believe, look, Engadget.com. This article is coming off of Engadget.com. Did I spell it right? Yeah. Um, so, um, I guess they have these body cams that can have facial recognition. So they have the technology to do that. And they say that they're not going to use them yet. And that's the first line of the article. Yet. Technology in this world is very, I don't know if scary is the word, but it's very disorienting. The other good thing about having, instead of being on my tablet, is that before, when I was on my tablet, when comments came up, if I didn't read them immediately, they were lost forever. I could never read them again later. And then when someone else would make a comment, all of the comments would come up again, and I would try to hurry up and read the old comment and the new comment. It was a mess. But now with this, I can just see the comments. So Bona said, and he's referring to the Parsley Massacre. Yeah, the Parsley Massacre. This happened in the 1930s. The president of the Dominican Republic ordered the wide-scale murder of the Haitians living there. Both the military and civilians took part in the massacre. So, yeah, no, I probably have heard of it, but not to remember it, because I did a lot of reading about Haiti and DR, because I was fascinated by it about 2 years ago. And when I say a lot of reading, I'm talking about not a lot of reading, but like I probably spent like a couple few hours reading articles here and there, watching videos or whatever. But there's been like a lot of stuff back and forth, like back when Haiti became the second free country in the Western Hemisphere post colonialization by the Americas by hey, Cynthia Gibson. Oklahoma full of brown, red, and black people. If native country first, it was the place of Black Wall Street. Oh, you're referring to that earlier article when I'm like, are there even any black folks there for them to be talking about the KKK? Yeah, see, I don't know, because a lot of black folks did move west, but then there were a lot of places where we weren't allowed to buy land. We weren't allowed, like, did a lot of the homestead stuff happen in the West? And we weren't allowed to participate. But okay, yeah. So that's good information. Thank you, Miss Gibson. Hi, Mrs. Gibson, Miss Gibson, Miss Cynthia. Okay. Um, And so when Haiti became a free country, and part of what Haiti did, when Haiti became a free country, and was like, any black person who make it to these shores can be free. That's how I understand it, and that's why a lot of people, a lot of I think even if Haiti hadn't said that, just the idea that some black folks had gotten their freedom was inspirational to black folks everywhere, and just struck terror in the hearts of white folks everywhere. um, Parsley in Spanish, depending on how the person. Oh, yep, I do remember reading about that. So Bona is saying it was called the Parsley Massacre because the victims would first be asked to say parsley in Espanol, in Spanish, depending on how the person's pronunciation was. It would determine whether or not he or she was from Haitian. If they, yeah, maybe there's like a French pronunciation and Spanish pronunciation. Um, but when Haiti became, and became a country, and said, hey, black folks, if y'all can get here, you can be free here. Any black person who get here is gonna be free, going to be free. um and But there was like tension because with, you know different, these islands and these places, when Europeans colonized them and took them over, there were different Europeans who were in control at different times and different parts. And I think that the Dominican Republic side was a part from where American colonialists here recently, but I think even back in the day, where Europeans tried to keep a stronghold on the island and foment tension, and then the Haitians took over the whole island for a while, and then and then the Dominicans fought back, and it's like a whole convoluted, complex history there. It didn't just start in 2016 or whenever this newest thing was, or it didn't start just in the 1930s with the Parsley Massacre. It's been like a lot of back and forth with Haiti and the Dominican Republic, or yeah, because at one point the whole island was called Haiti. They say the original name is Haiti. That's what I've heard, and that's how the original folks there, what they called it. And I can't remember again. I try to listen and pay attention every time I see or hear something about Haiti or see somebody, but I can't remember. It's a lot of information for me to retain. Um, so yeah, that's traveling to the DR. Oh yeah, we went back a couple articles because we've gone on. Okay. Police action, and that's in quotes, is, did you hear about David Ortiz, the baseball player recently getting shot in the DR? He survived, but he got messed up really bad. I heard about it on For It's Rocks. I like to listen to her top of the blogs. And initially, when I heard about it, probably from her, because I don't even know anything about baseball players, but they said that it was like an execution, and that they thought that he got shot because he was messing around with some gangster's girlfriend, woman, friend, whatever. And then the last I definitely heard this on top of the blogs with For It's Rocks. I don't know why I like her, because she's about my age. She's not necessarily very, very politically conscious, but for whatever reason, I just vibe with her. But anyway, her top of the blog, she was saying that he was actually sitting in where someone normally sat. Like, let's say you were sitting in Angela's seat. Somebody was trying to kill Angela, and they came and they killed you because you were sitting in my seat. And so that's how they said that he got shot. But I did hear about it, um, but just from her. Other than that, I haven't heard anything about it. Okay, in quotes, police action, in quotes, is required for NYPD to investigate officers using the N word against civilians. That's coming off of Atlanta Black Star. No, I don't think it comes from the French. Haiti. I think that I think that it predates the Europeans. Look, I'm trying to Google it right now because you just messed me up with that. Uh, I'm trying to Google it. Caribbean country, Haitian Creole, Republic IT, and Haitian Creole. Um, I'll have to do some more research. I can't really pull it up right now. The ancient name of Haiti. This is was Haiti, Ayiti. Um, that's coming off of something called www.hartford-hwp.com archives. I'm just looking at the titles, but yeah, no, you don't have to apologize. I could be wrong. I'm just saying, I'm just, because I call myself, I really don't know nothing, but I call myself knowing something. I don't know nothing, but police action is required for NYPD to investigate officers using the N word against civilians. That's coming off of Atlanta Black Star. I didn't even understand that headline. Police action is required for NYPD to investigate officers. Also, maybe they're saying that just because they go around saying NIGGER, that's nothing. Saying a word is nothing. We have to see some action then that says something, and then we can investigate them. So I guess if they, are arresting you and they be like, get out of your car, or we talk about New York and NYC, so you're not in the get off the subway NIGGER, then that's not worth investigating. But if they say get off the subway NIGGER and then crack you over your head, then I guess that would be action, and then that would allow the NYPD to investigate officers using the N word against civilians. Is that what they're saying? I don't know. That's coming off of Atlanta Black Star again. I didn't read the article. I'm probably not going to look it up. He came and blessed me. Fantasia reveals how Tyler Perry helped her out when she was down and out. That's coming off of Atlanta Black Star. They were kind of talking about the fact that when we know people and we think they're famous, we always connect rich and famous. And a lot of times people are famous, but they struggling and they having issues. And shoot, if you start thinking about black folks, you hear story after story after story. We were just talking about that boxer Joe Louis and how he had to go work in the casinos to try and make money because the government said he owed taxes and took money or whatever. But it seemed like it's all Mary Wilson, is that the child's name, who was part of the Supremes, died in poverty. She didn't, like it seems like it's always story after story after story about people whose names people who have been famous, people who are famous. We had a record deal and we were still living in the projects. It seems like you hear about stuff like that all the time. Where people are famous, but they don't have any money. They not rich. So Tyler Perry, they were talking about Tyler Perry. I think I saw some headline where he says his studios used to be owned by Confederates or something, and now, or Confederate training ground, and now it's his Black Butt studio or whatever. I saw a Tyler Perry movie just the other day, a couple weeks ago. I always remember hearing that Red Fox died broke, says Bonafide 1970. Right. It seemed like if we start, it seemed like it's probably unusual to hear about a black person dying with money. No matter how famous or rich they seem or we think they are. Michael Jackson, Prince, they died with money here recently. Did Aretha Franklin die with money? Or are they saying that she died in debt? Um, Yeah, so Tyler Perry. Oh, I was talking about Tyler Perry. What was I saying about him? Oh, I was saying I saw his movie, the one with Beyonce in it. I finally saw that, and it was okay. It was. I didn't know it was a Tyler Perry movie, and I always have such high hopes for his movies. Like I've always wanted, like I wanted to see him develop as an artist, and I'm like, he's gonna keep working at his craft, and he's gonna get better. And I think that he's good in a way at what he does, like his Medea films are what they are, and maybe his voice is what it is, and I keep wanting it to be something else, and I should just accept that it is what it is. And I feel like there's something that is undeniable about him. Whatever criticism I might have, I definitely appreciate the fact that he has that he owns himself, owns his property. What like there's something about him having a studio, him writing his, like I just feel like he's doing his thing. His thing may not be my thing, but I feel like I can appreciate it and respect it. I feel like I'm talking so loud because I'm inside, not outside. This is coming off of the Grio.com. And this says pregnant black woman, oh my gosh, gets shot but faces manslaughter charges as her shooter goes free. I think in this article, the baby in her belly made its transition. So prayers out to that baby, and to the mama and the family and everything. I'm not sure, kind of what the story was. I kind of clicked on it to read it, but then it was like I don't right now. I just don't have the stomach for there's just some stuff I just can't handle, and I just was kind of like, ooh, that's a lot. I can't right now. But basically, it's kind of like a neat trick to me. It's like you punch me in the face, and then I remember, oh, you punch me in the face, and then I get in trouble for you hurting your hand. Like my knuckles are sore, and so now you're in trouble. It's like you shoot the pregnant black woman. She gets shot, and now she's getting charged with manslaughter for her child dying. And I don't really know what the story is. Peace, just glowing. Welcome to the chat. um so I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what the story is. Maybe somebody else will get the 411 and drop kick it on who drop kick to and drop kick it over here. I don't know. Just saw a Yappo Yappa new video. Oh, okay. Well, welcome. I did thank him for sending people my way. I thought that was very, very sweet. And I do apologize. I switched over to I'm not able to live stream any longer from my phone or my tablet. I'm on a laptop, and I don't know what this program is. I'm not really familiar with it, but apparently there's something that has to be done in order for the this camera to pick up and be recognized. So we just doing a podcast today. It's just the sound today. Today it's just the sound. You can't see all of my expressions. You ain't missing out on nothing. Okay. Um. So yeah. It was awful. How horrible. Yep. It was awful. It is horrible. And I apologize. Alabama shooting victim. I apologize, and I can't tell you anything more than that story is coming off thegrio.com. So if you want to get more information, please go hit them up. Jeezy invests in black-owned affordable cell phone and earbud brand. I, I thought that I was confused. I thought that Jeezy was Jay-Z for some reason. But when I started skimming the article, I'm like, I don't think they talking about Jay-Z. Jeezy must be some whole other rapper that I don't know about. You might need to get an external webcam to hook up to your laptop. Oh, okay, Bona. I'm not gonna look into it because I'm not technologically sophisticated enough to. But maybe Ayapo, he said he gonna work on it and try to figure it out. So I don't know. But I actually kind of like the idea. I was just saying when he started playing around with all of this, I'm like, oh, maybe I could have a podcast. So yeah. Yep, I'm just getting a call on my phone. So okay, so there we go. So Jeezy invests in black-owned affordable cell phone and earbud brand. The earbud brand, I can't remember what it was, and the cell phone brand, but there's a black-owned cell phone out there. It seemed like it was $430 though. That's a very specific number. That's what I remember it being. So that doesn't seem affordable to me, but maybe, I don't know. I think I still have my BlackBerry Classic, and I might have paid like four, five, $600 for this. I don't necessarily consider BlackBerry affordable. I just like what I like, and I'm used to what I'm used to, and I just want what I want. And so for whatever reason, I fixated on BlackBerry phones. You might need to, oh, okay. So, and I think now that I'm looking at the next BlackBerry, I think it's about $600 for the one that came out last year. And I don't know if like this one is still working. I'm just going to ride it till the wheels fall off and then figure out what's next. Because there's so many other things that have been a priority. I'm not really a phone person or a tech person. So I was just kind of like, yeah. Um, let's see. I'm trying to get the name of this black-owned company. Um, this black-owned cell phone company. It is called. The person is Freddie Figures. Freddie Figures. Freddie Figures. Freddie Figgers. And the name cellular phone and F3 buds. I don't know what that means. Oh, maybe F3 because his name is Freddie Figures. Figures. Maybe his middle name is Fredrone. Freddie Fredrone Figures. Oh, I didn't capitalize his first name. Let me see if I can do that. And let's see if we can find out the name of the phone company. Oh, you've heard of it. Oh no, Nikki, you've heard of what? What did Nikki say that you've heard of? Okay, let's put a cap on it. Not a cap lock, but we're going to put a cap on it. Oh, I keep touching the screen. Shoot, that might be the name of the phone. Hey, I think we were just talking about Jamarlin Martin, Ghogh, and when we were talking about the 10 webcasts. Oh, you already put it in? Hold on a second. I'm trying to participate in the chat since I can. Figures 29 was left in a dumpster as a baby, but has become a successful computer programmer and entrepreneur. He called his partnership with Jeezy a natural evolution of two men who experienced some of the same challenges during our upbringing, but rose above those circumstances to make our mark. As the youngest African American to own and operate, see, maybe I need to not be loyal to BlackBerry, and maybe I need to get me a F3. And I like 3. I like the number 3. F, A, B, C, D, E, F, A, B, C, D, E, F. 6. Shoot, I could get me a F3, I guess. Does anybody know anything about it? I built Figures Communication on the premise that telecommunications access should be attainable to everyone. The F3 cell phone retails for $449 and the Buds for $49. Both have an array of cool features and can be pre-ordered at www.figures.com. So everybody or anybody, go check it out, vet it for the rest of us, and then we all need to be rocking a Figures phone, right? Is that what we need to be doing? What y'all think? Has anybody checked them out? Anybody familiar with them? Drop it in the comments. Drop your reviews and thoughts and ideas and perspective on that. And who is Jeezy? Does anybody know who Jeezy is? Megan Rapinoe, Donald Trump tells U.S. woman's co-captain to respect flag. I just kind of hit the article because I didn't really know what it was. But she was like, has something to do with women's soccer. One of my coworkers is like, oh, on the monitors here at work, we really need to be watching the soccer games next week. Are you watching the World Cup? I'm like, I don't know. I kind of have heard people talking about women's soccer. They get paid less than the men, but they're more popular. I didn't know that the U.S., I was going to say we almost, but I didn't know that the U.S. was in the World Cup, but apparently they are, I guess. I think the women's is going to be on maybe it's today, Friday, no, tomorrow, Friday, or, I don't know. But apparently this is related to that because I think that the woman, Megan Rapinoe, she might be the captain of the team or something. She might be a star. But she said, if we win the World Cup, I'm not going to the White House. And so Trump told her to respect the flag. That's how the headline seems. But I'm sure it was more coherent than that, because Trump isn't the flag, is he? Is he the flag? Is Trump the flag? Trump is not the flag. European countries set new June heat records and heat wave. We talked about that, all right. I feel like most of those people can burn in HELL as far as I'm concerned. You made me famous, monkey. Miami Beach condo owner taunts black guests after being kicked off of Airbnb and Booking.com. Well, yeah, yeah. That story is coming off of thegrio.com. Baby girl found alive inside plastic bag. That's coming off of bbc.co.uk. Morehouse alum creates company that transform photos to peel and stick. Oh, yeah, spread the word. Spread the word, bona fide. And also, let's get some reviews. Let's shoot. I need, I need to get me a F3 figures.com phone. I need to check into it. Why am I loyal to BlackBerry? What has BlackBerry ever done to me and mine? Morehouse alum creates company that transforms photos into peel and stick wallpaper. That's coming off of mogodumb.com. Two black owned Airbnb, Noir and Inclusive. Okay, look into those. Okay, so if you want to travel and you're looking for places to stay, rooms to rent, Noir, I think it's Noir and Inclusive are sites to check out, or businesses to check out for as you're traveling around and you don't want to stay in a hotel. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So are you into this peel and stick wallpaper? They made them due to black people having issues with Airbnb. Yeah. And you're welcome. Yeah, we got, it's like everywhere the hateration is, can we just live? Can we just live? How about that? I mean, we are just living, but dang, it's so intense being black just for no reason or for some reason. But rich CEO. Oh wait, I wanted to see if we could see the name of this peel and stick wallpaper in case anybody was into it. Seriously, hot hateration. Yeah, hot smelly hateration. Like that kind that just be when somebody be breathing on your face and your neck, and the breath stank, and you just be like, ugh, back off. Ugh, yuck. Um, the home decor market is projected to reach a whopping 664 billion by 2020. Morehouse alum is looking to grab a piece of the home decor market with his company WeMontage.com. WeMontage.com. It lets customers use their photos. So anyway, yeah, if in case somebody out there is decorating and this is exactly the thing they needed, check out this company. Yeah, hot, hot coffee, cigarette, teacher breath. Yes, yes, hot coffee, cigarette, teacher breath, hateration. Just leave us alone, God. Please help us. Help us. Give us insight and wisdom and strength and courage. If it's something that we just are missing, help us to see what it is so that we can just live and be free and be happy and be joyful. And just, just without this, it's a lot. It's a lot. Rich CEOs get richer, unlike the rest of us. And this is coming off of the stand. Oh, .org, not .com. So this headline to me, I'm kind of like, thumbs up the video, family. Thumbs up the video. Yeah, and this thing, I don't think I can tell how many people are in the stream. Oh, I see. Okay. I can't tell any. Yeah, it's different. I have to get used to it. And look, I'm just on here just to talking away. Y'all remember when I used to do 2 hour 2 hour live streams? People be coming to go, and I just be blah 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 blah, and more blah 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 blah, and blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. The article I read said they should have their website up soon. So if you can't find Noir or Inclusive, just keep checking back. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, yeah. It's like when you're traveling, like we're traveling now. When we travel, the next time we travel, the first spot that we're gonna go to, it's gonna be a black-owned place, and then we're gonna try to get recommendations from them in terms of where we should go when we go to the black-owned area. But there is a in the area there is a UNIA chapter, so I am super super excited about that. There's a dude whose video I saw on YouTube, and I did reach out to him. We connected, so I need to reach back out to him. But I'm just like really really excited to So hopefully we'll be staying, giving some money to some black folks and staying. Because even the place when we went there the last time, the place where we stayed, it was a group of about 12 of us black folks who traveled. Was it 10, 20? I can't remember. It was a group of us, all black folks who traveled, mostly older folks, unambiguously black folks for the most part. Even the people who were ambiguous had locks. A lot of people's locks are down past their butt. Just like black folks, dressed in black, African identified, just blackity black, 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 Detroit black, you know. And we had an issue at the hotel where one of the women went and got a pedicure and a manicure, and then some of the other women asked the concierge about it. This is the second one, not the first hotel, the second hotel we stayed at, asked the concierge, who was brown skinned, about manicures and pedicures, and the concierge told them that they didn't have manicures and pedicures available at the Bone Deep Black. Yes. We need to separate, starting with the mind. Yes, we do. Told them they didn't have manicures, pedicures. But then by the end of the trip, I guess the word had gotten around to people in the group that they did have manicures. And it was a whole, and then they confronted the woman, and the woman was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But it's kind of like you feel like some places you go, your money ain't as good. My money ain't as green as other people's money. Why are you giving me a hard time? Every time I travel anywhere, I search for and support black-owned businesses, as many as I can during my stay. Yeah. So I'm just excited to be at a black-owned place. Even when I talked to one of the people who was involved with it, and I'm like, relocating or thinking about relocating, looking for black folks. Well, it's not a black and white thing, he said. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Yep, the person just lied. And lied for what? I mean, these are like grown people who are professionals. People like, and I feel like even like, it doesn't matter if we're professionals or not, because I feel like some aspect of that respectability politics, I can hear it coming out on me, and I'm not really here for that, because I feel like it don't matter if I have money and I want to get a manicure and a pedicure, and I'm working at a business. I'm supposed to be trying to get your money and trying to help you to get what you want. So it don't matter. But I mean, I feel like these are like very well-traveled, sophisticated, black folks. I have been trying to figure out how to get a centralized green book. Yeah, we need that. I saw a green, this is totally off the subject, sort of, kind of, but I saw a green book yoga. But yeah, we do. It's like, yeah, we need to know. Because every time I Google, like the place I'm going, every time I try to look for black-owned, I Google black-owned, it's really hard for me to find it. The person lied because it is a black and white thing. It always is, right? And we have this idea in our head that like, oh, it's not black and white, it's green. Or some people try to advance that. And it's like every time I think about that and look at it and analyze it, I'm like, that's not true. It's not green. It's not about the money. They will do stuff like, you can look at Detroit history. They will do stuff to subvert the money. They will do stuff to hurt their money just if they can hurt black folks in the doing of it. So it's not just anything to get your money. So this story coming off of the stand.org, rich CEOs get richer unlike the rest of us. I was kind of like, duh, I don't even understand what's the story. This seems like old news to me. So I don't even know why. Maybe this is some new updated statistics from 2018, 2019. I don't know. Rihanna cheered. They always try to make black folks feel guilty for bringing up reality. Right. Right. Called gaslighting. Rihanna cheered for using body positive curvy mannequins at Fenty pop up shop. It just seemed like something as basic as having things that represent reality. I guess because the society is so like deluded and delusional and weird. It's like, when you do something where it's like based in reality, people are like, woo, curvy models. It's like, have you ever seen people in real life? Women have curves. Like, but anyway, that's coming off of thegrio.com at her Fenty pop-up shop. It makes sense. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says league will do away with the term owner. That's coming off of Atlanta Black Star. So I think that words matter, but I also think that words are Atlanta. I think that words matter and words make a difference, but I feel like you could never use the M word and treat me like an N. And it's like, I feel like you don't have to use the word owner to be treating people like you own them, even though they're high paid slaves or whatever. So I don't know. I was just kind of like, I feel like you can change stuff on the surface, but if you're not changing the system, then I'm just not excited and I'm not impressed. And like, I feel like there's nothing sincere that's going on in this system that makes me feel like anything real is being changed. So why do I care? Like, yeah, right. They will still have the same mentality despite the loss of the word owner. Yeah, I don't, yeah. So I was just kind of like, Used car batteries may power football stadium lights. That's coming off of bbc.co.uk. Get to the root. Right. It's like, I got a headache. Every day I got headaches. I got headaches. I got headaches. True story. This was my experience. And I'm taking Tylenol every day, every day, every day. And the Tylenol covers up the headache. But the issue was I was dehydrated. Because when I started drinking water, a sufficient amount of water, I didn't have headaches every day. So I feel like, yeah, let's get to the root of the issue and let's like make some real, let's but again, when we're talking about separating and when we're talking about being invested in something and being a part of something, it's sort of like, I don't trust or believe that this system will ever get to the root of the system, because the root of the system is built on, it's all about bullshit. It's all about exploitation. It's all about mess and confusion. They're always making big shows that are full of nothing. Yep, much ado about nothing. Am I quoting Shakespeare? Yup. Yeah, like, they're not gonna ever get to the root of nothing because they ain't trying to uproot nothing. They ain't trying to change nothing. They want the status quo to be exactly what it is. They don't want it to change. So all of that distraction, it's really distraction. It's just to distract us and have us thinking that something is going on when nothing is going on, nothing of substance, nothing that's relevant to us is going on. Yep, they love it. Um, the civil rights activist, so close to Martin Luther King Jr., she was thought of as his other wife. I don't know who that is. Whenever I go to mogulum.com, that's what this article is coming off of on my phone, and that's where I read my news feed. It's like all of this mess pops up, and I have to like read through the mess that pops up, and it's really annoying and it's difficult to read. I just took some water. Worldwide gaslighting of black people, right? And we have to continue to stay clear ourselves and help each other to be clearer and clearer, so that we stay focused on what's real and what's true and don't get distracted. Because a lot of this stuff is just designed to be distractions, to us. And as each of us grow and develop, we have to help each other to continue to grow and develop and stay focused, on what's real and what's true. Because a lot of the stuff is not real and it's not true. It's not for us and it's not about us. And we have to continue to become a little, just become clear, have more clarity, be able to see things for what they are. And God help us to connect with what we need to know and do and understand in order to have greater freedom on this plane. So that was coming off of moguldom.com. I don't know who that civil rights activist was. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I'm thinking so much about Ella Baker. When I clicked the link, I was like, ooh, is it going to be Ella Baker? But I just really, one of the things that I really liked about Ella Baker was this idea that she had that it's about supporting other people in their growth and development, not necessarily about being upfront, but helping young people to grow and, helping young people to grow and develop. And I feel like that's going to be the key, to our salvation. That's going to be the key to our freedom. That's going to be the key to our separation, young people. It's amazing, says Bonafide 1970, how deeply invested they are in the status quo. I can remember how triggered so many of them were about the movie Black Panther, a fictional Marvel movie, simply because it showed. Yeah, I don't know about the triggering, probably because I'm not like in the Marvel world. Like everybody that I talked about was like, oh, Wakanda, Wakanda, powerful images of black people in Africa they weren't used to seeing. Yeah, so everybody I knew was like, Wakanda, Wakanda, Wakanda forever. And I told y'all at some point, I was like, Wakanda forever? That's a white company. And then I found out that it was like written by white folks. And I was kind of like, oh my gosh, not Wakanda forever, us forever, our stuff forever, something black owned, some black owned things, some things that are for us and by us, not like FUBU with a white wife, but some things that are for us and by us generationally. And that, and I feel like not to, yes, getting a taste of their own medicine was so troubling to their fragile mindset. I feel like for us, by us, like, whoever people choose to be with or not be with, depending on where their consciousness is, where their self-love is. But I do feel like there is something to be said for when you're talking about stuff that is for us and by us. I feel like it's not just for that one black person and by that one black person, but for us and by us across, like out, like in time, across time. So that means that the children are going to benefit, that black children are going to benefit, that black generations, and also across space. So not just you, like when the people are like, oh, or the person was like, oh, Obama got elected, so that's reparations for black folks. I'm like, I don't know how does that affect me? How did that move beyond his family to me? I don't understand that. That gave them an opportunity to get book deals or whatever and make more money. But generationally is across time, but also I want to talk about across space. It's sort of like for us and by us, not just us, a small group of black people like me and my family are benefiting, but if I'm benefiting, how is the black community benefiting? If I'm growing and developing, if it's a gift for me, if it's a blessing for me, how is it a blessing and a gift for the black community writ large? How is it a blessing and opportunity for black folks in general? Because if it's just affecting a specific black person, I'm not trying to beat you up with that. But if it's just affecting a few people, then it's not for us. If it's just if your children are getting whiter and whiter and whiter, then as your wealth is passed down through the generations, it's not for us. Holistically, yes, holistically. So, okay, I don't know. I thought I caught myself talking about Ella Baker, but I don't even know where. Okay. Cubos, CUBO, AI's baby monitor will alert you if your child's face is covered. So, preach. So, I don't have any children of that age but just in case you're looking for a baby monitor, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting because I do have a relative who had a child who died of SID, sudden infant death syndrome, and it's really devastating. I mean, it kind of goes without saying when a child dies, and the baby was well, he was close to one. I think he might have even been a little bit over one. And you don't know what happened, and you don't know why it happened, and you don't know when it, it's just sort of like, so like, was the baby's face covered for it? Like, what happened? What's going on? So anyway, I don't know. That just kind of caught me on that. Homeless young father shamed by nosy woman on social media for sleeping between shifts at McDonald's job gets community support. So this story is a little old. It's a day or so old. But somebody was working at McDonald's and sleeping between shifts. And it's like this whole idea of just leave us alone. Like, can't this person just sleep? Why are you taking pictures of them? Why are you trying to get them in trouble? Why are you trying to manage and control this black person's body? Can't you just leave black people alone? Can't you just go manage and mind some white people? Worry about yourself. Why are you worrying about us? So anyway, the person got community support. The Griot, I guess, has done some follow-up story. I heard about it. It seemed like yesterday or the day before. So thegriot.com. Oh no, I came out of my. Okay, well, I done come out of my news feed again, and we're an hour and 20 minutes in, and I don't know if it may not be any difference whatsoever between just listening to somebody's voice with a black screen on YouTube versus actually seeing a face, because I don't do anything exciting with my videos. It's not like I have images or anything that I put up on the screen, so it's not like there's anything exciting or interesting to see other than me being silly. But we gonna let it go at an hour and 22 minutes, give or take. Thank you so much for being here. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that other good stuff. We working it out. I have a couple off days a week. Again, I'm gonna be traveling, but I'm trying to hook it up. I'm trying. I'm trying. And I miss y'all. And thank you so much for being here. Whether you're with us live or whether you're here virtually, you're much appreciated. If you came in at the end, once it's uploaded, hopefully this thing will upload just like my other thing did. Once it's uploaded, you can go back and watch the video from the beginning, check out what you missed, come back and listen to us again the next time. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I don't know what you're waiting for. If you are subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I go live, when I'm on, when I'm out here on these YouTube streets. And I'm trying to find that closeout. Oh no, not music. You hear about Oregon trying to pass a law for black people being able to sue folks for wrongful calls to the police. I didn't know it was Oregon, but I have heard about it. I don't know if I'm excited about it. I mean, I've heard about it. Again, I, it's just hard for me to get excited or believe. I guess I'm just jaded. I just don't believe anything going on in the society has anything to do with me in a positive way. I just don't trust it. Even if it seems like something progressive, I just figure it's not progressive, or it's not going to be progressive for long. If I think it's for me, I feel like it's not going to be for me for long. So I don't know. I mean, I'm probably just too old to be a part of, the excitement of life, of that kind of life. All right, so drop in the comments anything that you're looking forward to, what you're excited about. Again, I'm going to be traveling. If you don't know, now you know I love to travel. I love to be on the move. I like being at home, but I like getting out. I like being out in the world. Bonus says he's excited to see those 911 callers beaten within an inch of their lives. Now, if that was to happen, that might be something, because I bet you a lot fewer people would be making those calls. There's this book called "They Will Shoot Back." I don't know who it's by, and it's been on my mind. Oh no, it's called "We Will Shoot Back." We will shoot back. And it's really been on my mind because I heard the author speak, and he like, back in the day when the white folks would come, rolling around with the civil rights workers, if the black folks showed them that they had guns, then the white folks would go on and roll on someplace else. We will shoot back. Ooh, I'm gonna look that up. I'm trying to look it up right now to throw it in the comments. We will shoot the author's name. But I feel like that's kind of like how bullies are. Ooh, it's a PDF. Akinyele Omowale. Let me put a space in right here. It's all in lower caps, but y'all, I can yell it. That should get you there. And shoot, I'm looking now, and it looks like I can get it on PDF on my phone. But yeah, that's usually how bullies are. They only bully as long as they can. So like, yeah, I bet you if the people knew that if they made a false 911 call, they butts was gonna be beaten, then they probably be, a lot of these 911 false calls would stop. These harassing the black folks, monitoring the black folks would stop. Because they just a bunch of bullies. And it takes 20 or 30 of them to face up to one of us. And they're proud of that. And that's how they operate. Pieces of boo-boo. Hey, hey, hey. So this is the sign out.
Be fabulous.
You ain't got to go home. But we got to get the heck out of here.
Be fabulous. Be fabulous.
Thank you for joining us.
Who you gonna be if you ain't you?
Who we gonna be if we ain't we? Who you gonna be if you ain't you? Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Peace. Peace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this was an interesting experiment, Lord. It's good to meet you, just glowing. Thank you, Bona. It's good to see you. Thank you for moderating. And y'all have a good day. Go out to the world, make it a better place, and stay grounded on truth and light and love. Peace. Oh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm ending the stream.